What's up, everyone? Today we are going to be getting into a couple of different things. The first of which is just going over the crypto markets and give a little update on that. And then the second thing, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Pudgy Penguins, the drop that comes out tomorrow, my overall thoughts on that, and if I will have some positions if not already. So with all that being said, let's get into the crypto market update. It's going to be a brief one for you guys today. However, really trying to get this general outlook of the week. So first note is that Bitcoin just hit an all-time high today of 106,000, which is fantastic. We don't know if we're going to continue to push up from here. I have good faith that we will. I see a $120,000 Bitcoin target short term being possible. And by short term, I mean a couple of weeks. As I've seen some TA done by people who do seem to confirm that being a possibility. So the problem is that we are in a bunch of altcoins, and in order for altcoins to go up most of the time, in general, for us to have an alt season, Bitcoin dominance has to drop. Bitcoin dominance is still pretty high, and it needs to drop to those levels that it did in 2021 for us to see alts soar and go crazy. So we're waiting on Bitcoin dominance to drop. We really need it to, because alts, again, still have not touched their previous all-time highs that they've made. Some made, in the 2021 cycle, the older coins, as well as some in the, the newer ones in the March, May time in spring. So we're realistically just waiting to see what happens within the crypto market. We need Bitcoin dominance to drop, but the good thing is Bitcoin is hitting its new all-time highs. So there really should be no reason why you're not bullish on the markets right now. We've said before that December would be a choppy month, and it's playing out to be exactly like that. I don't know specifically how the rest of December is going to play out, if we're still going to look choppy. I think that could be a possibility, but again, January is definitely when things are going to start turning up, in my opinion, just off of a bunch of catalysts that are going to be happening in January. So long term, I see a lot of people panic selling right now. Like, genuinely, there's so many people I know panic selling their bags because we're just in a choppy area, because they were used to, November, September, October. Well, we didn't even really pump in September, October, November, where we had nice pumps. But people are panic selling right now, which I find crazy, because we're not even geared up for that alt season to even come through. So that's just my opinion on everything. I currently am just loading up on some more positions. Realistically, just sitting on my hands, waiting for things to go and push up to the next leg up. So I'm just been sitting on a bunch of spot trades. And then what else am I doing? I'm learning TA. I will be able to do some live trading with you guys soon. I'm going to be demo trading first, figuring things out on my own. And then when I start seeing some success, it will be posted on this channel if that's something you guys are going to be interested in. So with all that being aside, let's before we get into it, since this is wrapping up for December, and none of this is financial advice, by the way, so do your own research, etc., etc. But one thing I'm doing is I'm not selling any spot positions before we get into the new year. Reason behind that is just I do not want to pay taxes on gains that I made, in December, right? Like, if I could swap into a coin right now, I'm not going to do that, because I do not want to pay taxes specifically on these coins at all. Like, genuinely, because if I explain it this way, and please tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm able to make 150 grand before taxes and I sell December 31st, I would have to pay taxes on that. Regardless, even if I lost that money January 1st, I'd still have to pay taxes, because my profits in December 24 or 2024, I was in green, right? But then in 2025, I was negative, so that would offset taxes for 2025, but I'd still have to pay taxes for 2024, since December 31st is 2024, if that makes sense. So ideally, I'd like to take pre-tax gains I make next year in January, transfer those to alts, like the whole bag into alts. And then if I lose everything, I don't have to pay taxes. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if I'm able to make more, then I was able to compound my gains by using pre-tax profits, if that makes sense. So with all that being said, just a little side tangent there. Maybe it's for those of you who are worrying about taxes, just want to bring that up. but I could also be wrong, so make sure to do your own research. Now, the coin that we're going to be talking about today is Pengu. So this is a very popular NFT that if you looked in 2021, the 2020-2021 cycle, especially when NFTs were popping, Pengu was a NFT that did pretty well, and it is still a NFT that has survived the test of time. Most NFTs just end up dying off, or they ended up dying off right throughout that time period of just bear market, but this was able to survive. You have a very strong community behind Pengu, and if you look, there's different types of Pengus. There's little Pudgies, you have the main Pudgies, I believe they're called, and then there's just other things as well. So there's a bunch of different little derivatives of Penguin. I don't know the full thing about it. I think it's called Pengu. The token ticker is going to be Pengu, and again, it drops tomorrow at 8 a.m. so be prepared for that. There's a lot of people that think Pengu is going to be an easy 5x from here. So what I'd like to say is that there's going to be airdrops. So if you are someone who owns a Pengu NFT or a little Pudgy, whatever the case is, you're able to claim airdrops an hour earlier than the drop will be, but you won't need Solana in your wallet, whatever wallet you have synced up. And then this is completely off topic, but another perk of being in a group like Kaizen, another thing, I'm gonna have it linked in the description below again. Literally, this is an example of what a perk is for being in a group like this. Literally, the Pudgy or whatever the team is, the Pengu team, reached out to Kaizen and allowed some of our members to get access to a Pengu airdrop. So I am someone who will be getting Pengu airdrops tomorrow, which is awesome because I honestly don't know how much that entails. And not only that, I don't know how much money that's going to be. So it's just free money at the end of the day. And if I want to add, of course I probably won't because it's Solana. I don't really like dealing with Solana tokens. I'm just a base guy, I'm not gonna lie. But being able to get that for free is completely crazy. It's pretty surreal because this is a highly sought off coin. There's gonna be a lot of people buying in at launch because they expect pretty big things out of this coin. Like TGR tweeted out that on launch he expects a 5x, which is absolutely crazy. So let's say I get $200, it's free $1,000 if that 5x is. So I'm gonna be putting it into my Solana tonight. But yeah, another perk of being in Kaizen, you get a free airdrop. But I believe this project, in terms of the token, it could do well. Now there's two different scenarios that could happen post-launch. I think what could happen is you have the airdrop going to the NFT holders, you have the airdrop going to people like me, and then we sell, and then that creates a huge dump, which really affects the project. But at the same time, there has been examples where airdrops have actually shown healthy growth to a project because people have held on to their airdrops. So there's two different scenarios that really are unpredictable of what's going to happen. Are people going to sell out of their tokens when they receive them? Are they not? We have no idea what's going to happen. There probably will be some price fluctuation in the beginning, but you have to understand, regardless of who's getting the airdrops themselves are pretty rare to receive. Regardless of who's getting the airdrops, people are still wanting to buy this token and get into the Pengu ecosystem in any way, shape, or form that they can. And this is a very easy way to do so. So this could be a very successful meme coin, regardless of the airdrops themselves. I, of course, am just literally going to keep my airdrop bag in there, and I'll update you guys on what I do. I'll probably update on X, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But then again, another point of why you should consider joining Kaizen, I believe there's a wait list, so check that out. Again, I'll have the link in the description below. And with all that being said, again, I see this project doing pretty well just because of the hype around it, unless we have a massive sell-off from airdrops, which honestly, with this community, I honestly don't know, because imagine you have to keep in consideration how many people want to buy into this project. So it'll be interesting to see, guys. It really will. But just a token I wanted to highlight. Maybe you want to research this tonight before it ends up coming out tomorrow. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys later.